Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. My name is Winifred, and you're welcome back to another video. In today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful wrap dress that you can see here with fringe. So, without too much talking, let's get to the honey of the video. Let's go. Papa. So to cut this style, you need the largest part of your body to cut to fold your fabric, and for some the largest part is their hip, while for some the largest part is their bust, because this dress is not going to have any cut at the middle at your half length, so you have to cut a full straight gown. But for me, the largest part of my body is my bust, so I'm using my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance to fold my fabric, and that is what I've done. Then now I'm measuring out the length of my gown, which is about 42 inches, and that is what I'm marking out now, as you can see me do. Just trying to mark it out. You have to mark, don't just assume that it's going to be straight. You have to make sure that your markings are very very straight before cutting it out. So that is what I'm doing. If you are new to my channel, you are welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining the family of beautiful people. If you are not yet subscribed, kindly click the subscribe button, like my videos, share my videos to your family and friends, and let's do this fashion together. So right now I'm trying to cut the front piece. I cut the back block first, and now I'm trying to cut the front block. So I'm trying to align the clothes so everything can be straight and clean. And then when cutting your front block, you have to make sure that your front is longer than your back by about 6 inches or more, depending on how you want your gown to wrap around your body. This 6 inches was not enough for me, left to me, because by the time I wore the dress I felt it was not wrapping round enough. But if you don't want it to wrap too much, you can make do with 6 inches. Right now I'm marking my shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches divided by 2, which is 8 inches plus half inch allowance. And then I marked my neck width of 3 inches, and I went down from my armhole by 1 inch, and then I cut out my shoulder slope, and then I'm cutting out my armhole depth. So that is what I'm doing right now, and then I'll cut out my armhole. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to shape my dress. I want it to have the nice shape, so I'm using my bust divided by 4 plus 2-inch allowance, and that is what I'm going to be marking right now. And then I mark out my half length. My half length is 16 inches, and that is where I'm going to be placing my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches. And then from my waist I went down by 8.5 inches, and that is where I'm going to be placing my hip measurement. And on the M line, the measurement I took on my hip, I deducted 1 inch, and then I'm cutting all of that out now. See, it's already forming our gown. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my neck depth for the back piece of 1 inch, and then I'm trying to mark out where my half length is so I can mark out the neckline for my front bodies. So for my front bodies, I went up by 3 inches from the waistline, and then I marked that out as a V. Then from the down part, I'm just creating a curve up to the waistline to form my wrap effect, and then I'm cutting all of that out. That is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make sure that it is really curved. You can use your curve or you can use a free hand. I first used my curve to create the curve, then later on I use my free hand to just blend it in. Alright, so I'm done doing all of that now. You can see the way it's looking, and then I mark my wrong side. So here I just want to show you how it's going to look by the time you are done sewing. So I'm trying to align everything and show you how it is supposed to look if you've gotten to this point and you got it correctly. So this is how it's going to be looking with this wrap effect. Now I'm going ahead to cut out my sleeve. The sleeve on this style is a funnel sleeve, but the fabric I have is not enough. It's just 1.5 yard of fabric, so I'm just making do with the straight pencil sleeve, but it's not going to be tight, it's going to be a bit free. So that is what I'm doing now. I have a tutorial on how to cut a sleeve on this channel already, and now I'm cutting out ropes about 15 inches long and 2 inches wide. That is what I'm going to be using to wrap my gown, to attach to my gown, and then to wrap around my body. Alright, I hope you understand the gist. Now we are done cutting. The next thing is to sew all the pieces together. So I'm going to sew the shoulder first with 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to sew the sides with 2 inches, which I've done right here. I went ahead to sew the sides with 2 inches allowance that I left, and the shoulder. Then this place is open, the front piece. Next thing is to use bias to hem the neckline, which I've done, and then hem the rest of the part of the fabric. Now we are done sewing. I attached my rope to one side of the open space and the other side of the dress, just to wrap my body, and then I'm going to measure out where I want my fringe to be. From where the rope is, I'm just going to measure it round. By this time you must have worn your dress, wrapped it around you, and then mark out where you want your fringe to stop on your body. But for me, I used about 2 yards of fringe. By the time I measured it, I measured 36 inches twice, so that gave me like 2 yards of fringe, and that is what I used for mine. But for you, you're going to wear your dress, which I also did. I wore my dress and determined where I wanted it to stop. So my fringe here is about 20 inches long. I bought 2 yards of this, and it retails for 2,000 naira here in Osun State. If you don't know where I stay in Osun State, Nigeria, and it retails for 2,000 naira. So I'm going to attach that and show you the finished look. So guys, this is the finished look of this gorgeous dress. I'm loving this dress so much. Thanks for staying tuned to the end, and let me fill you in. I'm using this dress to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for over 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Till I see you in my next video, I love you and I care about you. Bye.